What do you think about PoE 2? You watched much of that? You watched the Exile Con, right? I think we both got sponsored for that, so you would have seen the Exile Con, right?
I'll give you like my brutally honest opinion.
All right, I'm
I
listening.
thought, I'll be honest with you, not that my opinion means anything. I thought that presentation, like the live demonstration that they gave, I thought was godly. I thought the hype was at super high. It looked incredible. The graphics looked way better. It looked a little bit more noob friendly. I liked a lot of the things that some of the Path of Exile people were hating, like the fact that they changed the basic currency to gold. I mean, if that is how it's going to be, I thought, well, that makes sense. The basic currency is gold in pretty much every game ever, so I wasn't mad about that. Where some other PoE people were, but I'll tell you something funny without naming any names. I know quite a few people that went there and they played PoE 2 like on the demos. And there were even the most diehard PoE fans, a lot of people that played PoE 2, they said, yeah, my experience playing the demo was actually a lot worse than you saw in the demonstration. I actually couldn't find hardly anybody that I knew, and it's quite a few people that went there and actually played it that liked it. And this didn't make me happy because
Hmm.
I was really hyped for the announcement. I loved the demonstration.
Did they
So
give
I'm
reason,
hope
like detailed reasoning as to why? Because I'm super curious about that.
they said that they said that the difficulty was way too high. They said like they would literally go to the first pack of monsters and die. They said that they would sit down at the station and there was like there was like a guide and they're like follow our guide or you have essentially no chance. And it was just extremely difficult. I saw Kriparian try it. Kriparian did pretty well, but he died quite a few times trying just to figure things out. The thing is, though, is contrary to popular belief, everyone thinks that I like easy games, but then they forget that I pulled Uber Lilith 500 times and was having a blast doing it. I actually like very difficult games, so that probably won't bother me. But I've learned in the last month that things that don't bother me, if they bother the masses, well, I'll still hear about it all day long for the rest of my life. Um, I'm hoping that it was just not a great demo. But I only really heard negative things about the demo, and I didn't even play it. I wasn't there. I don't know, but
Yeah,
I yeah.
they said it was on stream. Some of the guys said it was difficult, was what I heard as well. I was super curious whether or not people were going to have feedback on like the mechanics or some, anything other than the difficulty. Because I feel like difficulty can probably be tuned, but if people are saying like it's clunky or the graphics look bad or the menus and text are terrible, you know what I mean? Like a lot of that stuff. I was kind of wondering. I didn't hear too much about that stuff, but I was wanting to know if that is a problem too, because that's pretty hard to change if a lot of that stuff's true. The difficulty I feel like still can potentially be retuned, but I don't know anything about PoE 1 even, so I'm going to have a dog shit opinion on PoE 2. All right, so
Oh,
let me ask you this question then, as kind of a capstone to the conversation here. All right, we can wrap it up. Obviously, you play the ARPGs. It's what you're known for. It's what you very well respected in that community, right? I mean, even before I was making any ARPG content, like I couldn't get away from hearing the Maxro or the Giga Chads when it comes to the stuff. So obviously, you're gonna like that. But if you had to put that aside, all right, and let's say you could, or you would have on alternate dimension, Mr. Ryan over here ended up in a different category. Let's say, MMOs, card games, what have you. What would have been the other category that you might have ended up in?
MMOs. I'm a blaster man. I have to blast. So I love MMOs. I would say I probably love MMOs better than ARPGs. If the Riot MMO is good, if that's a godly game, I will probably switch to that.
Ooh,
I'll tell you a horrifying stat, a
let's hear it.
terrifying stat. I have more hours in World of Warcraft than I have in Diablo 2, Diablo 3, Diablo 4, and Diablo Immortal combined. And that's
All right.
just wow. And that doesn't count like Lost Ark or Guild Wars. I am literally the biggest loser ever, but it's definitely MMOs. I would move to MMOs for sure, without a
Okay.
doubt.
We might end up in the same category once again then, because being a sweaty MMO player is, but I'm not really a big like in-game guy. I like the skills and stuff. So like for me, I played RuneScape, I played Star Wars Galaxies, and I was the guy who would play the music or be the doctor. Like I like the world around the MMOs almost more than the combat in the MMOs, if that makes sense. But you strike me as a guy who you did raiding, you did arenas, like you did all of the in-game stuff, yeah?
Oh yes, I have to do it all. It has to be everything, man. That's the only way that I can play.
Are you an achievement completionist then, where you'll go through the achievements and try like I want all of the achievements, get your achievement score up, or you want the best gear, the strongest character?
I want to get world first in the raids. I want to get rank 1 Deadly Gladiator. I want to get rank 1 Hero of the Alliance. The achievements, I want the achievements like the trial to immortality, things like that.
Mm.
The achievements like the insane, where you just run around and just kill whatever it is, Arctic wolves 70 million times. Um, I did end up doing it eventually, but that kind of took like a back burner. I don't got to get all the achievements, but I want to face the hardest content, and I want to kill it first if I can.
So do you find yourself having a competitive nature then, where you feel like you like to see where you are subjective to the group around you?
Definitely, this is the thing that consumed me for most of my life. Now that I'm old, I'm about to turn 37 on when Starfield comes out. I'm just an old piece of shit now. Like I'm just not good at anything anymore. So you become humbled quite quickly, and I can't win anything anymore. But it doesn't stop me from trying. Like if Riot releases a godly MMO and like I make a guild, if you want to join, I know you said you don't want to blast, but you can do like the early stuff. When the raid comes out, I'll just bring you in. I'll just carry you, man. I'll be like, all right, DM, go stand over there and heal that guy. Can you do that for me? All right, you do that, and then we'll just clear it, and then you get everything anyway.
You play any of the? You mentioned the Riot stuff. Now I have a lot of experience with Riot. I actually won a Riot League of Legends tournament and everything for our college. I'm curious. Did you play any of the other Riot games?
Not heavily. I've dabbled in all of them a little bit. To me, like Riot again, like Bethesda is one of the major studios. I'm expecting them to do very well here. I'm going to be insanely disappointed if the Riot MMO blows. That's really going to make me sad.
I don't. I'm going to go ahead and leave myself. I'm going to show my throat here and leave myself vulnerable to being wrong. I think there's 0% chance that the Riot MMO sucks. Like I got too much faith. It's too good of a world. They have too much easy lore already. So the artist, the background, the design, the character design, all of that's already built. Like they just have to plug and play it. There's too many good kit designs already with all the League of Legends characters. All they have to do is not shit the bed. You know what I mean? It's the bases are loaded. It's the ninth inning. They just have to go up there and hit a home run. That's all they have to do.
I mean, I agree with you. I have the out of all the releases. I probably have the highest level of faith in this one. There's too many MMOs and too many ARPGs, and there's too many mistakes made by so many other gaming companies that you can just look around and just not do that and be fine. They got plenty of time. It's not coming out anytime soon. They can involve whatever content creators they want from all different genres to make sure that they test it and that it's looking good on launch. There's no reason to fail here with how good of a studio they are and all the resources available to them.
Well, I appreciate you coming on the chat for a bit, man. I won't take any more of your time because I know we've been talking like hour and a half or something at this point. But shout out to the boy. I'll do a shout out to him here in the chat in case you don't know him. I don't know why you wouldn't. But there you go. That is Rax, a staple in the ARPG community, and I appreciate him taking the time to come by and chat.